Well, now to a wonderful scheme called Gig Buddies, which helps adults with additional needs enjoy live music. And tonight in Gloucester, they're celebrating its success with a new film. Well, Steve Knibbs is at the Guildhall for us now. Steve, good evening to you. Perhaps you could explain.
Yeah, hi David. Welcome to the Guildhall in Gloucester. Come around here, you can see the Gig Buddies are assembling. And Gig Buddies, they're not your carer, they're not your parent. They're somebody who has a shared love of music and they want to share that love of music with you. They're here to watch this film, Heavy Load, tonight, which follows this punk band all the way from their usual disability club nights through to a mainstream music festival. We'll be meeting the founder of Gig Buddies and a member of the band later. But first, I've been to Stroud to meet Jenny and her gig buddy, Boo.
We've been to the Coley Festival, which loads of lovely music. We've been to
Dursley Festival
as well.
Jenny has learning difficulties and loves live music and events, but it's not always been easy for her to go. So Boo is now her gig buddy.
When we did Coley Festival, Jenny just sat there smiling for 5 hours. She'd get up and go and buy some chips, and then she'd go out and buy an ice cream, and then she'd go and get a Coca-Cola, then she'd have a little wander around the stores, and she just smiled the whole time. And if I can help that happen just by giving half a day to somebody or an evening, then that's wonderful.
What makes them a great partnership is that they both have similar interests, so they both get to enjoy it.
I enjoy all of it, what I do with Boo. It makes a lot of difference because I have fun with Boo and we go to some nice places and we get on very well.
The Gig Buddies project has been spreading around the country over the last decade, and over the last year and a half it's been building here in Gloucestershire, and there are now 18 pairs of Gig Buddies enjoying live music together. But there's always room for more, with more volunteers needed to go to gigs, and there's a great reward: having fun.
It's a love of music and a love of being with someone, and I do have people come to me that actually, as a volunteer, who would like to go to a gig with somebody, as well as people with learning disability would like that opportunity to go to watch music with support somebody. So it works both ways, and everyone that does it gets a lot out of this.
We spent 4 or 5 hours with each other.
Yeah, which is nice.
And we're going to do the same at Frampton
We got
Fair.
Frampton Fair as well.
You're going to be a volunteer.
I am,
And
which is
hopefully...
good.
Gig Buddies is making live music and events accessible to everyone. So when the carers clock off or parents aren't really up for it, the buddies kick in and everyone has a great night. Well, with me now is Paul, who's the founder of Gig Buddies and also in the band Heavy Load that's in the documentary tonight. And Paul, it was seeing people leaving your gigs early that prompted you to set up the scheme.
That's right, yeah. 3 of the guys in the band had learning disabilities and we were getting fed up with seeing people going home early, so we started the Stay Up Late campaign. That turned into a charity, and then Gig Buddies grew out of that.
And one of the things I was reading about that makes it special is the Gig Buddies, they're your friends. They're not paid to be there, they want to be there.
That's what the whole idea behind Gig Buddies is plugging people into what's already going on in their community. So whatever their interest is, we find a volunteer who shares that interest and then use that as a way of building a friendship, and then they go off.
Well, it's absolutely thriving. Let's meet Tim and Dan, who are new Gig Buddies in Gloucester for a few months. Tim, first of all, why did you want to get involved?
I've always loved live music, and I had some spare time, wanted to do some volunteering, and after I spoke to Brian, I knew this was the right one to do.
And then you met up with Dan. Dan, where have you been with Tim? What gigs have you been to?
I've been to like Tree Festival and a couple of festivals.
Went to Scribes in Cheltenham.
That was really nice too, thanks.
Dan, what has it meant to you to have Tim as your gig buddy?
It means everything. It means I could go to festivals, enjoy the festival life, and have a friend which is there for me.
And Tim, I understand you're now becoming slightly famous. You've got your own radio show locally.
Yeah, Voice of Music in Gloucester. No, we managed to talk our way into a monthly show on a community radio show, so we do that every Thursday. It's just another opportunity for us to get together based around music. So we share music with each other throughout the month, and then we play it on the radio.
It's absolutely brilliant. Great to meet you tonight. And see Paul, Gig Buddies is spreading its wings, isn't it? Enjoy the film tonight. I know you're in it. You can watch Heavy Load if you come here in about the next 20 minutes. But if you want to get involved with Gig Buddies, do search for them online. A great scheme to be involved in, and you can make a real difference.